Good afternoon. Just checking and make sure everything's up and going. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. It is a great day to be alive. Okay, my notifications are coming in. Okay, just giving some people some time to come in and join me. Making sure my sound is good. Seems like it. My feed looks good. Okay. All right. It is noon, and I truly believe in starting on time. Hello, everyone. God bless you. Happy Thursday. And I just want to just thank you for taking the moment to look at this video, to check it out, and just to be a part of this. 8 days to unstuck. I am so thankful for this because, I never do anything that is not first a blessing to me. And I just want to say that. Um, and doing this and really praying about these things and putting tools and pieces together for you all, I'm also helping myself because I have projects too that need to be unstuck, right? We all do. We're never always there or as productive as we want to be. We all can grow, and so I am right there with you. Okay, I have my projects in mind that I'm also um, you know, kind of keeping in the back of my mind, okay, is this on target? Am I really doing this right now as I should be? And so, just for those of you who don't know or kind of, seeing this for the first time, at the beginning of June, I, basically declared June as the month of the incomplete, the undeveloped, the unfinished. And so, because six is like right before seven, and seven is the number of completion. So, six is like we're almost there. It's in progress, but not quite. It might even be stuck. And when we think about even being stuck does suggest, though, that it's in progress. You started it. And that is something, y'all, to be celebrated. So, celebrate yourself that you have a project that's in mind, that you have a project that you started. And we thank God for that. So don't beat yourself up, okay? Pat yourself on the back and be like, girl, hey, we're getting it in. We're doing it. We're moving. We're still trying to figure some things out. We still need the wisdom of God on some things, but we're moving. And that is something to be celebrated. And so the whole 8 days is what we're going to consider 8 matters to get unstuck and get done. And so I know you need this. I know you do. And I know also that you know someone else who will be blessed by this information. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to engage with me by engaging other people. I want you to like this video, okay? I want you to share this video, okay, on your timeline. Tag people, mention people who you know are stuck right now, who are stuck in their project, who are stuck in that book, stuck on that event, stuck in those, planning that wedding, wherever it is, right? Um, so that we can get things done. Also, comment. I can see your comments, and if I see them now, I definitely want to respond to them and then react. If I say something you like, love me, right? Heart, heart, heart. If I say something you don't like, just react with me. I want to engage with you, okay? Um, I am not here for all likes and loves. I'm not. Because the truth of the matter is that growth hurts. It's not comfortable. It's not pleasant. These are some hard truths that we're going to have to take a look at. And so you may not like everything I have to say, and that's okay. But I am here to help you. And so today is day one. And the first matter that we're talking about is purpose. Say that with me, purpose. Okay. Not in your head. Come on, say it with me. Purpose. Yes, thank you. There we go. Purpose. And I definitely want to get our minds in the right headspace by beginning with scripture. And it says that many are the plans in a person's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. Gosh, don't we have a lot of plans? We do. I plan to do this. I plan to go there. I plan to, create this or write that. We have so many plans, but Proverbs 19:21 reminds us that we have a purpose. And it is the purpose that God has established for our life. And it is that purpose that will prevail. So if your plans keep falling apart, if every time you try to go a certain way that you seem to get a detour, it really isn't. You're being rerouted. It's just like on the GPS. My sister mentioned this something the other day, and it was so true. She's like, life is like a GPS. It's like you think you're going one way and you're on track, but then you might miss your turn, or you might think, oh, I know a better way to go, right? And you end up at a dead end or something. And what happens with the GPS? You get rerouted. And that's the goodness of God, to make sure that you don't deter too far from the road that He has established for you, that He is going to reroute you. And then also Romans 8:28, we many of us know this, right? And we know that in all things God works for the good of I'm sorry, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Do you love God? I do. Oh, I do. I love God so much. Who have been called according to His purpose, right? Think about that. It doesn't guarantee that all things work together for the good of everybody. Does it? No, it doesn't. Don't get mad at me. This is the word of God. It says, and we know that all things work together for those who love God and are called according to His purpose, meaning you're walking in your purpose. You're in the will of God. So no matter what comes your way, no matter what challenges lie before you, no matter what mountains that seem like right dead in your path and you can't get to the other side, let me tell you, those mountains will move, because nothing is going to stop you from achieving what God has given you to achieve. It can't happen. It won't happen. So feeling stuck right now, that's just a little thing. It is nothing that's going to stop you. But how do we get unstuck? God has given us the wisdom to do that. And I'm thankful that He's simply using me as a conduit to help us in this matter. And when we talk about purpose, we have to realize that as human beings, we don't just have our divine purpose, our personal purpose that God has given us. But if you're working in organizations and are a leader of an organization, or you're that entrepreneur, you've started that business, no matter how small or how big, that is in alignment, I hope, right? We're going to talk about that. But it should be in alignment with also what God has purposed you to do in bringing people together around a purpose, a thing, an assignment, right? And so that organization also has a purpose. So you CEOs, presidents, you directors, supervisors, realize that God is also um, concerned about your organizational purpose as well. I say this often and I'll say it here. We spend most of our life sleeping and working. So, what that means is that if we're not being who God created us to be in the workplace, we will spend most of our life not truly living and only dreaming that we could. That will not be you. That will not be you. So it's important what we do within the organization and our work. Then we have familial purpose as a family. What has God called you and your spouse together to do? What is your ministry? What is your purpose? What has God assigned you to do within your family to be a blessing to the world, right? To the community, to your church, to the local store, wherever God has called you to. But then we also have to realize that God has given us things, whether it be such as biological things like plants and things in nature, but also things that are created that have a functional purpose. They have a specific function. Okay, and I don't care. I'm grabbing this right here. I have my Roku remote. I'm sure that if I were to put enough pressure of on this onto the wall, I could write something, right? But is that the primary function of it? No. The primary function is to, you know, help me choose my next series that I'm going to stream. That movie that's going to watch me sleep at night. That's the primary function. This is what will do the job better, or a marker or something. So we have to be aware that, even using things outside of its purpose can be detrimental, just like you operating outside of your purpose can be detrimental to not only yourself, your spirit. If you're feeling a lot of anxiety, hopelessness, it's probably because you're not operating within the purpose that God created you for. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not easy, right? Um, Even when you're in the will of God, you're walking in your purpose, it's not easy simply because God uses discomfort and challenges and struggles to help propel us towards purpose, right? But what it should not be is agonizing. What it should not be is crushing, right? What it should not be is murderous to your spirit, right? And so a lot of people are feeling this way, and it's because you're operating outside of your purpose. Well, how do you know what your purpose is? Well, I want you to ask yourself the 5 W's and the 1 H, right? Who, what, when, why, where, and how. Okay. So, this graphic will be available on my social media platform. So don't worry, you will have access to this. But this is the activity that you need to do for day one. And that is to go through and write out your purpose and ask yourself these questions. What? What did God create you to do? Okay, answer that question. What did God create you to do? When? I have answered it for you. The win to your purpose is not in a few weeks. The win to your purpose is not, it was 2 years ago. The win to your purpose is not 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. The win to your purpose is right now. Right now. You're living in it, right? God is not bound by time, and you exist right here and now, and therefore you have purpose. It's not when you finish your degree, it's not when you get the ideal job, it's not when you meet that spouse and you get that ring or you put a ring on it. It's not then. Your purpose is right now. Okay, so I've already answered that for you. We're not even dealing with that. Why? Why you? Why did God choose you? So many times when God was calling prophets in the Old Testament, I love the dialogue between them because God always had to tell them why them. you know, because they didn't want to be called. Right? No one really, come on. Like I said, no one really, really wants to do this, but we have to. We feel the urge and need to. But every time, whether he was talking to Isaiah or Elisha or Jeremiah, he always had to tell them, this is how I made you. And when I was struggling with identifying my purpose and in this season of life where I felt pull and I was like, God, you know, why am I feeling this way? And the Holy Spirit said, think about your qualities, your characteristics. And I said, well, okay. I love people. I really have a knack for, you know, being with people and developing relationships with people of different cultures and ways of living and I'm a really good teacher. Yeah, God, you gave me the grace for that. And I just felt like everything God created me to be in that season of my life was not being best utilized here. So that's the short answer really of how I ended up in China because I felt the call, the pull that God wanted to use me in a different time zone. Because of how he made me. But I also know for that very same reason, right? And things that he has developed in me that now that purpose is calling me to something else in this season, right? So think about why you? How did God make you? Why is your purpose important? That's the other why. Meaning, what assignment, what need does that fulfill in the earth? People need this right here. The new season that I'm walking in, people need to know how to walk in the power that God has given them in the workplace and in their personal lives, but specifically in the workplace because that is where we spend most of our waking hours. And people are feeling crushed and isolated. They're not feeling fulfilled. And God is speaking to that. He's moving in this area. And I'm simply moving with him. I'm following the cloud into the workplace, into your organization, right? And so think about that. Then ask yourself, where has God sent you? You cannot go unless you have been sent. Let me say that again. You cannot go unless you have been sent. Jesus said, I'm here because my Father sent me, meaning intentionally with an assignment on purpose. So, where is God sending you? Where do you constantly find yourself? Where do you constantly find yourself surrounded by, a certain group of people or people with certain needs? The other question is how? How will you fulfill your purpose? Well, I can tell you some hows. By the power of God, with the strength of God, right? By walking in His will, by praying and seeking His wisdom and seeking His grace and knowledge for that thing. It also might be by personal development, learning more how to develop your craft and skills and knowledge in that area. Okay. But how will you do it? And then the who. Who are you? Who are you? Number one, you're a child of the Most High God. You are empowered, right? But what role do you fulfill, right? As a daughter, as a mother, as a sister, as a brother, as a colleague, as a leader, as a president, as a founder, right? And who has God called you to serve? So I want you to ask yourself these 6 questions. And then after completing that, I want you to write your mission statement and your vision statement. Now, like I said before, you can do this for your personal and divine purpose, for your organizational purpose, okay, as well as your family's purpose. Okay. And if you're working with a particular object or thing that is helping guide that project that you're working on, then ask yourself those questions within the function of that thing. And then this is what it leads to. Here we go. This is why we're here today. Does this project, does that thing, does this initiative, does this book, does this activity, does this event, does this relationship, oops, sorry, ah, right? Does this relationship, does this um opportunity, does this job, does this, I could go on and on and on. Does it align with your purpose? Think about that. And if the answer is yes, awesome. You're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Your energy, your time, your resources, none of it is wasted. More power to you. Keep up the good work. This is not your matter. But join me tomorrow and it might be your matter, okay? But purpose isn't your matter. That's not what's keeping you stuck. But if the answer is no, that's one of the reasons you're stuck. Because in your heart, you know it's not in alignment with your purpose. So it's a distraction. It has been sent by the devil to drain you of your time, your energy, your resources, to misuse your knowledge, all of that. So what do you have to do? You have to reset your priorities. You got to fix it. You can't leave that hanging over you. You have to take care of that thing so that you can get unstuck in that project, whatever it is. Okay. So, what did you think? What did you think? Let me know. Comment, react. Okay. So, this is oh, my logo is kind of covering that. Let me see if I can get rid of that. There we go. Um, So we started today, June 23rd. We will continue through the 30th. Okay. So day one, today we talked about purpose. Join me tomorrow and we're talking about SMARTY goals. Nope, that is not a mistake. That why is my why is important. It's something that I have added because I have come to realize that SMART goals are good, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So I have added a why and come back tomorrow to know and understand what that why is and why it is so crucial to your goals, okay? So, join me tomorrow. So let me know what your thoughts are, comment, okay? Again, like I said, share this video, tag people that you know that this video can be a blessing to, that you know are stuck in something and need to get unstuck, okay? So let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll be happy to answer them. But then also follow me. We're going to be going over this the next 8 days, but I have made it. No, let me correct that. It is my mission. And not that I have made it because it is not my own. It is my purpose that has been given to me to help people be everything that God called you to be in life and especially in the workplace. And that is a powerful professional. And so you can follow me for more um, tips, advice, strategies to help you be all that God created you to be. Okay. So God bless you. I love you. And remember, in everything you do and with everything you have, love God, love people, lead in people's hearts, and leave your mark. Goodbye.